I think this is like the start of the B section. So now we're gonna get more exploratory harmonies, not this idea of going between these the chords all the time. And it's also like a motif in the hands, short motifs that are gonna be imitated in a lot of registers. That like he finds a motif and he takes it and throws it between the hand over different harmonies. So I will play a bit, and the first motif is just going between tone notes. We get that a lot. And after the D, of course, the transition. Instead of the G, we get this super jazzy. I don't even know what chord this is. So the motif in the right hand, another note. G minor territory. But not anymore. Now there's a big, very emotional here. We get the motif, and it's relentless. Needs to try a long time. And finally kind of goes down chromatically. And that's just the alto, and then there's a voice in the above it as well. And it finally calms down in the end. I love this music so much. I can just play this section, the slow section that's not so technically demanding. Once I have learned it, I can just play it all day long, basically. Finally calming down here, it's a C major and then going down. Now it's B major, and now we're gonna have this kind of tonal territory of B major, E flat major, A flat major. It's quite kind of coherent tonally what comes now. Even though it's like a modal feeling, so it's not very tonal, but it's not atonal. Get this raw fifth and fourth. Really calming down with a low bass. And this is like the low point. I feel we've used this, the start of the B section, to really calm down everything that was the big energy. And here, now it says flowing in the score, so it's nice. I guess I should play flowing. I mean this chord. It feels like for the first time we get the melody on the beat, like no syncopations. It's been syncopation all the time just now. But and the cadence to C major. Will it start grow a little bit again. Here he finds like a new motif, so it starts with this neighbor note, and that's the contour. It goes between the hands, and it's actually a little bit reminiscent of the very beginning. So like if we, from the second note, up, going down, and then up, this is a little bit, just vaguely reminiscent. So now modulating some weird calming down again. Lovely major 7th chord. And now it goes up in the register and up in the atmosphere. Very calm chord. This is like floating around in space, and this can be totally from a page by Messiaen, like modern French music, or even Debussy or Scriabin. That's how it's not like it's the free part of jazz. That's not the traditional jazz. It's very free and great music. Maybe I should play it with even less energy. I think I'm a bit wound up now. I think when I get here it should be really calm. I will do it again. Kind of finds a new idea that comes imitating with the hands. So it starts here, this descending scale. Now like inversion and the descending. Around a bit harmonically, and now going up, quite dissonant now. So it reaches the high, and then this chord, in the score it says just a 5th on F and C, but what he actually plays on the recording is like a C flat, it's a B. And it's much better to play that, I think, with the tension with that chord raw. And then we get these amazing melodic things with 2 octaves apart. And here he starts to have a lot of fun again. Now we get some, and it's done by median shift. So we think we are somewhere C minor, E flat major territory. Or something. But this counts now. It's an F major. It's like very surprising. And okay, go back. And now try something else. D flat major, but it's really like unexpected and just a lot of fun. But okay, D flat major. A flat major. Now we're kind of feel okay, this is where we are, but just kidding. That was D major. It's something else completely. G flat. Now this is becoming a bit of a pattern, going between medians abruptly like this. This is an amazing technical things when you play piano. So we land on the G, very strong, then it's a G major, then it's an E flat major, so the median. But it's a really cool way of playing it to make a really quick shift with the pedal. So and play this very strongly, so you can actually save this in the pedal, but change this chord. So this chord is kind of gone from the pedal, but this note's it. But you need to play this very strongly and this very softly, and real quick shift. And now the lick. And now it's like he needs to think a little bit again, or he gets stuck on this idea of a third here, E flat. Now this is growing again, and this page that comes now I call the Rachmaninoff page, because it's this very romantic surges of music and big octaves, and yeah, so it goes like this. Some really nice groove vibe here with the C minor, kind of different time feeling again, like kind of in 3. And this is an echo from the space where we were, just a glimpse of it again, up here. Landing on this G open 5th. It's a fermata here, so this is kind of the breaking point between the B section and the C section. There's a long transition that starts with the chord after this open 5th. It's a G major, so he finds the major 3rd here. Where are we going? It's very exciting, because you don't know where you go, but and now we're on this unclear harmony. Now he finds the major chord again, but it's A major now. And now we basically get one page of downward arpeggio in A major. It's repeated 12 times. And he throws in also, this is what makes the sound so great, he throws in the 4th, the D in A is just like the 4th, the sus note, and the 3rd, the major 3rd, and this is this dissonance together with the pedal that makes it so great. Now on the top as well. And this echo, these notes is in the parentheses, and they're really, really soft in the recording. Like, it's amazing how he can play so soft. Just so you can barely hear them. A little bit louder when you get the D. Every arpeggio is slightly louder, of course. Now melodic. And like a cadenza over this arpeggio now. And the final time. Savor the amazing sound. And here starts the C section that I told you in the beginning. We have A in the bass, and he's gonna find the ostinato. This ostinato. I will play it later. So we're in this sound, and now he just starts the tempo, like the beat again. Very soft, and it's gonna grow for a long time the same. The simplest melody in the world just arrives in the top voice. I mean, this chord, it's too great not to mention. It's just the E, but over an A pedal that comes here. What's that in the left hand? Oh, it looks like the ostinato that we were looking for. He just starts with it here. It's so much syncopation here that all the time. So when I play it, I do it really soft the first time, so it's really creeping in without you noticing it, and then after a few times I play it more. I play that so reach some energy before, but here I go down again to get some contrast, and he's really stuck again on these two notes here. And he finds a way back. Volume every time. Right hand is also reaching higher up with this F sharp. The syncopation in this bar is just from another world. Because normally every bar is like you get the beat on the one again, you know where you are, but this bar suddenly he keeps the syncopation going for 2 bars. It's so amazing. And then after that he does the same thing with the syncopation, slightly more than 1 bar after these high notes. And then when they finally come together, it's so great. Now we get this we've been kind of stuck on this A major and D major for a long time. Then suddenly we get something really new there. It's a mediant, the F major down. It's really something cool happening here. And he adds a lower octave now, and we get the ostinato in both hands, both thumbs, basically just the thumb that's playing it. Now the final part, he finds yet another gear to put in. The final 2 pages he starts to add 30-second notes, repeating the chords. It's been 16 notes, all these different middle voices, and now he just starts to add. It's quite hard to play, because it's really fast repeating notes. I don't know, it was really hard for me in the beginning, but then after weeks and months of trying, it gets a little bit easier. And so this comes, I have it 9 times of 2 bars, A major and D major, and there's small variations, really minimalistic, small variations between every time. So it's tough to memorize it because it's so much the same but a little bit different every time. And for the 4th round, he just have 30-second notes, not just the. He goes for all, like 7 of them. It's really great. The low octave for the final. This is the final part of the run. It's a long chord, and now it's like he's thinking, I've been playing for 26 minutes. This is the perfect place to just stop playing and end it. So we get this ostinato, just an echo of it for a few times. And final A major chord. And these notes, they're kind of also like an echo from the very beginning. Even if it's not the same motive, it's kind of some feeling of an echo, like they are the way they're placed together. A little bit, just vaguely, but of course now we're in A major. That's been the whole C section, and it's ending. And that's the Köln concert part 1. Thanks for watching Sonata Secrets. The Patreon shoutout in this episode goes to M. Kirstaller and F. Eriksson.